My name's Stephen, and I'm a graphic designer and artist. My wife, Sara, is a former IT professional who loves to sew. We've lived our lives in Canada, yet traveled the world seeking different cultures and experiences. Our travels often led us back to Europe, and France in particular. We dreamed of moving to France for many years and living our life surrounded by art, culture, and history. One day, in 2020, we were working from home when I turned to Sara and popped the question she was longing to hear. What would have to be true for us to buy a chateau in France? We searched online for months to see what was available and dream of the possibilities. We started to let ourselves believe that it might actually be achievable. We narrowed our search towards some properties when we happened upon the one that captured our hearts, the Chateau de Saint Germain. A year later, and we've made the move to France to start our new adventure in our beautiful chateau. We created Manor and Maker to reflect the two sides of our adventure. One, to live as chateau owners with all the ups and downs, and two, to pursue our passions as makers, creating art in all its forms. We will invite others to come together, united by their passions, to share in this adventure. We invite you to join us too, as we bring her dreams to life. Welcome to Manor and Maker.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Chateau de Saint Germain.
We're so glad and happy to show it to you, finally.
So we're just beside the little town of Saint-Germain-des-Prés, which is why it's called the Chateau de Saint Germain-des-Prés. Unlike other chateaux, it doesn't have its own name. So it's just always been the place called the Chateau, Lieu dit le Chateau, Saint-Germain-des-Prés. So we thought we'd take you on a bit of a walkthrough of the first two floors, and later on we will show you the tower and the third floor, but all things in their own good time, right?
We'll get you into the dirty details at some point, but we'll show you the pretty parts to start with.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
You want to lead on, Steve?
Here we go. So let's start the tour on the main floor. I would take you into the 14th century entrance. However, that one just goes to the tower, and frankly, it's a little dusty in there. So we'll show you that some other time. So let's go with the main entrance. Come on in. So welcome. This is the main room of the house. The house is sort of built on a square. So this is the central room, and we've got a whole bunch of other rooms that go off of it. And as you can see, it's double height up to the first floor, with lovely, lovely oak beams everywhere, and a beautiful oak railing, and an amazing oak staircase. So one of the things that we absolutely loved about this house was the staircase. It has a big, beautiful, sweeping staircase, definitely one that Sara was really, really interested in making sure we got, so that she can swoon down here in her lovely frocks when we're having parties. But it's beautiful, beautiful old oak, and absolutely stunning. The other thing that we absolutely adored in here was this fireplace. I, for one, when I saw it, fell in absolute love with it. It has an amazing frieze on it. This, we assume again, is all in oak, and it's got a frieze of a war scene. We're not 100% sure where it is or what it is. Sara has a theory that it's part of the 100-Year War, but we are definitely going to research that and try and figure out what that is. And along with that, the two figures that you see at the top there's a male and a female figure in the circles, and we're not sure who those people are, but we will, again, figure that out at some point. But it's an absolutely stunning feature to have in the middle of the house. This is kind of interesting because this door actually leads to the tower. The house, we're not quite sure of the age yet. We're still working on that one. We figure it's probably 18th, 19th century, but we're still going to try and research and figure that out. But we do know the tower is 14th century, so this is the original and oldest part of the house. So that being said, why don't we head into what we're now calling, I think it was called the games room. I think eventually we might make it a library, who knows. But you can see here how thick the walls are. I mean, they're almost a full meter thick. So clearly the oldest part of the house. So this room's got some beautiful features to it. It's got a nice big cabinet there for storage. Again, you can see the really big, thick walls here when you look at the alcove and the desk. Some lovely crown moldings. One of the things we absolutely love about this room is this amazing fireplace. It's white marble, it's got amazing veining in it, and it's got this fantastic wave pattern
that you can see carved into the mantle itself. And the cool thing about that is it matches the header on the archway in this room. So we're pretty sure that this room and the one beside it were all one at one point. Makes sense because this arch that you're seeing here is the same on the other side. And they've obviously put a wall, one of the previous owners has put a wall in there to separate the two rooms. We're probably going to knock that down at some point, but that's in the future to come. The other nice thing is this room has a doorway out to an amazing little terrace. Old houses, old lots, but absolutely gorgeous. We're back into the great room now after going through the games room, petite salon. We're still trying to figure out names for things. So then we'll go into this room. This is now my office. Super exciting. So we got a beautiful piece of furniture the other day. Very excited about this. I now have a nice, beautiful desk to work on. However, the room needs a little bit of work, as most of the rooms do. This room's got this popcorning effect on the walls. I don't even know what they call it here, but it's something that I think we're gonna have to try and deal with at some point. And it's pink, which, you know, not my favorite color. Anyhow, still a great little space, perfect for, you know, having an office in. I've got a wonderful doorway that leads out to a little courtyard, so I can see the world going on whilst I'm sitting at my desk, which is just fantastic. And then we come through into, what are we calling this one? It's another salon, shall we say. And this is the other side of the wall that I showed you in the other room. So you can see in here, it's got the same arch. It's decorated differently, but it's the same arch that's on the other side. So we think that wall can easily come down. And right now, as you can see, we've been camping out in this room. We bought these incredibly lovely chairs at a Brocante. Now, as you can tell, probably with the echo, we need to furnish it still, and our stuff from Canada is coming soon. Apparently, it has arrived in Rotterdam on the boat, so now we just need to figure out how to get it down here, or they need to figure out how to get it down here. So, fingers crossed that happens soon. This also has a door that leads out to the same balcony or the same veranda that the other room does, which is just fantastic. The owners did leave us a pool table, but we're not quite sure whether that's staying yet or not. We'll see. The other thing that I really love about this room is it's got an amazing rose on the ceiling. Okay, so we're back in the main room again. As I say, everything kind of works off of the grand salon. So we'll start here again. Absolutely beautiful staircase, as we said, and underneath the staircase we have was perfect little cloakroom or WC or toilet or bathroom, however you want to call it, depends on where you're coming from in the world. But it's, you know, it's great. It's got a little anteroom and, you know, a place for the toilet. This is the main entrance from the opposite side of the house. This leads out to that same courtyard that the office leads out onto. This leads on to the north side of the building. The field across the street you see there actually belongs to the property as well. But this is great because it gives us access to the village. The village is just there. The boulangerie is right there, which is absolutely awesome. We can grab our breads in the morning. The road that you see running up here does run through the middle of our property, and it comes up from the village and goes up to a little hamlet at the top of the hill. There's this beautiful little Juliet balcony that we'll show you a little later, but it's such a pretty little space, and it gives you nice views out over the village. And look, we have a bell. So excited. When people come and they want to get our attention, they just ring the bell. Isn't that awesome? I don't know why that makes me so happy, but it really makes me happy that we have a little bell. We'll head back into the house and we'll take you to the kitchen. The kitchen, center of the home as always. Now we know this kitchen needs a little bit of work, but it's functional for now, and it is a lovely yellow, which is great. And it has all the conveniences. Fortunately, the previous owner, we bought a few pieces off them, so
lovely big refrigerator, washer, a dishwasher, which is great, and the cooker, which is tiny, but it works. So one of the really cool things though is we do get a fireplace in here, and it is a working fireplace. And this is one we're still trying to figure out a name for. I keep calling it the breakfast room, something like that. There's lots of storage in here. This is actually a super useful room. It has a doorway that leads directly out to Grand Salon, which is great. And it also passes through from the kitchen all the way, Charles, come in, all the way over to the dining room. But it's got great storage in here. But the best part about it is if we were gonna have parties or dinner or that sort of thing, this makes a really great staging room. And then it can take us into the dining room. So this is just such an awesome space. It's such a big room. Just to give you any sort of perspective, this table is 10 foot long by 4 foot wide. And it's absolutely enormous. In fact, we can certainly do one of those sitting at the either end of the table and having one of those fine dinners where we don't have to, talk to each other. It's that far away. But it's such a great space. We're definitely we got a couple pieces of furniture that are coming that we're probably going to put in here that'll help fill the space a little bit. But what a great area to have for formal dining room. And the nice thing is it does have access outside as well. It takes us to the parking area, the front of the house where we started the tour. We're planning on potentially doing a bit of a patio out there, a couple of tables and some lights. So, kind of a nice relaxed space in the summertime. We can chill out there and enjoy the beautiful stars because it is absolutely stunning around here. I think one of the really neat features in here is this fireplace again. We are really rich with amazing fireplaces, and this one again has just gorgeous wood carving on it. Has a lovely surround, simple red brick, but it's just got an absolutely beautiful workmanship as far as the carvings go. It's very intricate in certain places, and absolutely stunning. So this is definitely one that we want to get working as well at some point because being in the dining room, it'd be nice to have a nice warm dining room to eat in. So, and then the great big doors that are over this side will lead us back to the Grand Salon. So I'm going to open these up. Nice thing is with these doors that they all open up nice and big. And that brings us back to the glorious Grand Salon. So that's pretty much the tour of our downstairs, or our main floor as it were. There is a basement underneath here. We'll show you that at some point. Calves. Wine calves. The piano that you're seeing in the foreground here is not going to be here. The previous owners asked us whether they could leave it in here until they could arrange a mover to come and pick it up. So for now it's here. It's a beautiful piece of furniture, however, sounds like me trying to sing. So we're okay with it going. But yeah, so this is definitely the before. A lot of things that we want to change in here. The wallpaper we find a little noisy in here, a bit dark, and it's a bit dated. We're finding that in a few rooms, so we'll update this as we go along. But this is a marathon, not a sprint. When it comes to these kind of houses, it's going to take us a while to get through everything. So eventually, as we get more and more accustomed to the house itself and try to figure out how we want to put our own spin on things, we will adjust it as necessary. So new paper, new paint, new furniture, all that kind of wonderful stuff. Anyway, so why don't we show you upstairs now, and I'll let Sarah do that for you.
We come up the staircase to the mezzanine area, lit by a really fantastic full height window here, and also by 3 windows on the other side. You can see the full mezzanine area that goes around to the 5-bedroom. And of course you can overlook our great room and have a nice warm welcome. Which of these 3 bedrooms has the big terrace, little terrace, toilet room, shower room, all of the above? Behind door number 1. This room has not 1, but 2 terraces. It's got the big one that you guys will recognize from where Steve and I sat and did our last vlog. This room also has the little Juliet balcony that Steve talked about down in the courtyard below. And in answer to the question, does it have a bathroom? The answer is yes. We swing around the corner to find a little bathroom that has a shower But you will notice the one thing that is missing in the conspicuously called bathroom is actually a toilet. Behind door number 2, we have a slightly smaller, narrower bedroom. Still has the requisite fireplace and tall ceilings, but can it fit a bathroom? I think we're going to be challenged in this one. To the room that we're using as our bedroom. So we've got a nice little entranceway here that has 2 cupboards on either side, so 2 full wardrobes. And again, this has a bit of an ensuite over here. No bidet, but with a sink and a shower. So we have our own shower space, but again, no toilet either. So we'll see down the road whether we can make that work. The pièce de résistance is the actual bedroom itself. We bought this 4-poster from the previous owners. It's not a massive antique, it's probably a reproduction or something, but we really liked it and we really wanted to have something to sleep on the first night, so we thought this was a good choice. It's a really large room. We'll probably have room on the other side for a bit of a seating area at some point. You can see the chest of drawers that we bought just the other day, which I'm absolutely in love with. I'm sure it won't be to everyone's taste, but I just love it. It's a little bit of engraving and hand painting, and I feel like it came out of Petit Trianon. These 2 doors here have access to a toilet room and a full bathroom that service the bedrooms that don't have either of those for themselves. This full-size bathroom is functional, and that's about all I'm giving it credit for because I can't tell you how awful the color is of this wallpaper. But it does have a fully functioning shower and a nice little wash area and toilet area as well. So at least it's got fully kitted out, even if the color, did I mention, of this wallpaper is truly awful. The smaller of the 2 at the top of the stairs just has a little toilet. We'll go down the window side of the mezzanine now and find out what's behind doors number 4 and 5. Door number 4 has a really nice sized bedroom with a double bed that got left there by the previous owners, which I think we'll replace. But the answer to the question, will it hold a bathroom? We've got the lovely fireplace. Maybe this will be a tough one to get a bathroom into. Behind door number 5, we have the biggest of the bedrooms. It's got the 2 windows on either side, the requisite high ceilings, the requisite fireplace. And I think you guys can already see the answer to the drama question. Does it have a bathroom? We hope you enjoyed the initial tour. Of course, there will be more as we get to the 2nd floor and all the secret spots of the chateau and the tower.
Yeah, that'll be an adventure, let me tell you. And we've got some outbuildings as well that we'll take you through at some point. All right, thanks guys. We will talk to you again in the next video. Bye now.
Thanks. Bye.